y'all, so I have been extremely bored lately. So right now it is currently 10:46 at night. 10:46 at night. And I decided to make a wig out of old extensions and hair clip extensions. So I already started initially, as you can see, on this little mannequin head. This was a clip-on extension that I just sewed onto this hair cap. This is the front. This is the back where the hair is starting. So I am starting from the back, and I just decided randomly I'm gonna make myself a wig. Granted, I have multiple wigs, but I wanted to attempt at making one. So granted, I started off sewing, and I was planning on sewing the rest of them. But mind you, like I said, I'm also using tape-on extensions. Tape-on extensions ruined my natural hair, so I now no longer have a reason to use them. So I won't be using them anymore. So instead, I decided to repurpose them and use them for this wig. For this sad attempt at a wig. Now, I was initially planning on just sewing, like I said, but that would mean I would have to sew on all these little pieces, which I do not want to do. So, new plan. I'm gonna use super glue for these pieces, and then I'm going to sew on the clip-ons. It's also extremely hot in here, so I'm currently dying of a heat stroke. But currently working on this side, which I need to adjust these pins because kind of raggedy. Pay no mind to my nails, they're kind of jacked up, as these were also a sad attempt at doing acrylics for the first time. Acrylic nails for the first time. It was supposed to be pink and green. Well, actually, it was supposed to be pink and white, but the white acrylic wasn't the best consistency, so it looked very ugly. So I just painted over them with green, which I feel like made it look extremely better. It's a good thing you didn't see the first part. Okay, it's still coming out. Oh, move it to my head. Maybe I should get an eyelash fan. But it says it only needs 10 seconds to dry, so just press and hold for 10 seconds and it should be good. So I'm thinking about straightening this whole wig and probably curling the ends. As obviously they're different textures in hair, so it's gonna look crazy if I don't. Okay. Yep. Giving some yank. It's pretty good. Some strong glue. Okay. So this is actually a pack of extensions that I didn't use, so these are like fresh out of the pack, which is why they still have these white tapes in them. Now, downfall of using tape-on extensions, they have tape on them. So that means we have to remove all these white strips as well as the glue, which I use my cuticle pusher for actually, because it works a lot better to remove the glue. Which now that I'm debating, as I'm using super glue, should I just remove the glue or should I just glue it on there straight? I'm going to test one out, because this one I had removed the glue and the tape. I'm going to test one out and just put the super glue on and then glue it and see how it works. And if I don't like that version and it doesn't stay, then hey, there's our answer. So for this pack, this comes in a pack of 20 or 22. One of them two. It is the Cali 100% human hair extension, 22 inches, Yaki, 1B, 50 grams. Alright. I am going to remove this white layer first. Okay. And the tape is also really sticky, so be sure to try not to let your hand stick to it. Actually, I'm going to put this down here. Sorry. I'm not going to yank it anymore only because it says it takes 24 hours to fully cure. So it's pretty strong right now, but we'll see later. So I'm going to come back once I at least do half the head and we move up to the front. Alright, and welcome back. So I have glued the side tape extensions with super glue. Currently I am working on the top middle part of the head, which as you can see this little string right here is currently because I'm sewing this into it. I already sewed this part and I'm just gonna finish up this side. Sadly, because I have lost my other sewing needles, and when I say lost I mean they're somewhere in my room or out in the living room because we recently just moved in and our bags are not fully unpacked. So I have to use this tiny little needle, which is irritating, but it gets the job done no less. It's much harder because my nose is low, so I'm gonna try to showcase how I sew this. Okay. So because this is on the mannequin head and it's like fit somewhat tightly, I have to do it at an angle. And then because of the clips, because I didn't bother to cut the clips off just in case I would like to reuse these, I don't know. I have to make sure I don't entangle the clips. So this main part where it's actually sewed at, which is like the very tip top of the hair extension, that's where I will be passing the needle through. Let's see if I can zoom in. Just wait for one. Okay. There you can see these are just little sewing needles. So I don't know if it shows, but the needle is directly behind the cap, but not pushed into the mannequin head. So thanks to my nails, I can just use the very tip to grab the needle. See, here's where it messes up. Here we go. And this is the part, I mean, when I say it makes it harder to grasp the needle. I went a little bit too high on that one, but it's fine. Because nobody will be seeing that anyway. Okay, right there, I felt the clip. Okay. This is so much harder to do with the nails on. And this is the ending part of left for the extension, which then I'm going to show you how I tie it off. Oh, mine just also currently 12:13 in the morning. But boredom doesn't care for time. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be doing this forever. Another struggle. This is not an actual wig mannequin head. This is a makeshift one that I had to make out of a styrofoam mannequin head and a tripod. I tried to glue the mannequin head onto the tripod, but it didn't work. So that's why it's all lopsided and leaning and moving like this. That's what all that squishing noise is. Oh, it's a little too high. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to tie it off in the midst of doing that. So, well, I think that's good like that. Okay. Okay, so now while we are currently here, I'm holding it in my hands like this, but just out. I'm going to, oh crap, come on. I have to move this pen. Okay, let's try to see what we can do. Move out of this coding problems like this. Oh, actually, it seems to be some sort of thing. Okay. Figured out what it was. Got it. Gosh. There we go. Okay, so now that we got that fixed, we are going to leave it like this. This is the tip of the string. Bring 2 fingers in, kind of like this, and then we're going to take this hand and swirl it 3 times, however many times you want to. Bring the needle through the loop. Go around, bring the needle through the loop again, and again. So 3 times for each swirl and the needle through the loop. And you just pull, tighten. Now we're going to rewrap around the main last loop that we did. Give it again. It's a little knot in the beginning for some reason, so just ignore that. Now I'm going to create another loop separate by grabbing the rest of the string, wrapping it, put the needle through the loop once again, so that it looks like that. One more time. And we just bring the loop. Close to as possible. And then we're going to do it 3 times, just to be safe. I want the hairs here. So right here is where our loop ends, and it is officially tied off. So you cut it as close to or as far away as possible. You want to cut it there. And as you can see, this is extremely tight and sewn to the cap. So I can undo these. Bring this out. And that is it. I'm gonna cut this down some more. There we go. Alright, let's set that up. It's a little clip. I was holding the hair in place so it wouldn't tangle with the needle. Claw clip. Oh, okay. So this is what it looks like from the side. And as you can see, we got long little highlights in between from long tape extensions that would be used. I was thinking about using blonde eye tips that I have, but I actually want to save that for another time. So just in case I regrow my hair back out, I can put in blonde eye tip extensions. Granted, they're reusable, but didn't want to take the chance. And this is what it looks like from the front. So now I'm going to add a couple more blonde extensions on these sides. And then I have 2 more of these extensions, which is this one that I just sewn on, that I will be sewing to the sides. I'm debating actually if I want to sew it on the sides or this other part. Maybe even the top. We will see. It's a work in progress. At 12 in the morning. I might finish this tomorrow. But for now, this is how we're working. Also, I have these lace front edges. So this is the lace right here. It's very thin. That I'm thinking about either gluing to this part so that I can have a middle part, or glue it to the base of the front part of the wig. So it's more actually like lace front. Anything. But as the lace is very thin, I would have to see how I'm looking at that. But we will see. Okay. So kind of like this, but then it all blends in together. Or as this is the actual top part of the wig right here, because like I said, this is not an actual mannequin head. I had to adjust this to fit the actual foam mannequin head instead of my own, which included stretching this out because this is a large wig cap because my head is big, obviously. And the mannequin head is much smaller than mine is. So I had to stretch the wig in order to Put the extensions on. See you when I get to the top of the head. So I am back with doing the top part of the wig. I'm currently finishing up this side, as this side is already done. Don't mind this piece or the one on this side, as I have to sew those on later, but right now I'm just finished gluing the tape on extensions onto the wig, or onto the cap, I mean. So when gluing, make sure you put the glue directly on where the tape is supposed to go on the extension, if you was to actually apply it with tape. And these pins, sewing pins, just to keep it in place while it dries. And then once it finishes drying, we'll be removing them. So now, okay, so this is the next day, and I am trying to figure out these these lace edges and trying to use them as like, I guess, bangs in a way, in a sense, kind of like this. Still not my hand. I was just testing out new products, new makeup products. So I drew on my hands. But this is how I'm thinking about laying it so far. Now the real debate is whether I should glue it, because I don't think I have any actual sewing string color to match the lace or to blend in with the lace. So I'm thinking about just gluing these over top like so, and then just going with the flow, because this is more of a prop wig, so I'm not really going to be rocking it outside like that, or if at all. So I'm not too pressed on how it's really looking in the front for a girl. So yeah, I might just glue it down. Um, these are cut so unevenly. I took some hair and then just decided to glue around this part where more closed off to cover the extension tape parts. I was using a hair loop needle threader to try to crochet the hairs onto the actual lace of the cap, but I feel like that was going to take way too long, and this needle threader is not small enough to actually fit through. It is, but it's not. And then I would just end up having holes in the lace, so I don't want to do that, so I just decided to glue the hair onto the top of the lace. And now I'm going to glue the actual lace edges onto the lace after I finish cutting both of them to size. Welcome back to day 3. I am now straightening the hair and trying to blend it all together. I am using this new straightener that I just got today, as my old one is somehow broken, so it doesn't work. This is the brand. I love this butter. It works like butter with straightening the hair. Usually I only have to do passes once or twice at the most. With my other one, it was at least 3 to 6 times. So, what I'm using to straighten these, I got right tail comb, wire tooth comb, clips, and this wig brush that bends when you brush so it doesn't break. So I finished one side of the head, and now I'm currently on the other half and finishing straightening that up. So I am finished straightening the hair. So now I'm going to try to fill in the lace because it looks a little thin on the top. So I'm going to try to color in the lace with the Athena black paint and then use my Spotlight palette, eyeshadow palette, and this brush to paint over top of that. As you can see the top, when I was cutting parts of the lace off, I used the extra lace to cover up a couple of spots on the top. So this is what it looks like on the top, and it's a bit flat. Where the lace needs to be covered up a little bit more. So now I am finished with the hair. And tomorrow I will show you what it looks like. I'm debating if I want to try it on. Only because I'm also debating if I want to put curlers in to do a little photo shoot with it. Or just leave it as is. I know I'm most definitely going to take pictures in it so that I can show you guys what it looks like on. So, I will see you tomorrow when I have better lighting so that I can take photos, put it on, take photos, show you guys what it looks like on, show TikTok and all. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.